welcome back to Positive-Tuesday, where today we are doing a makeup review, which I'm so excited for. So on Positivi-Tuesday, we always focus on, obviously, positivity, love, joy, happiness, having fun, things that make us feel good. Positivi-Tuesday was inspired by Bailey Sarian and her need for a mental health break once a month. So I thought that I would, just inject some positivity, because I know that we all love our Murder Mystery Makeup Monday, love it, can't wait for it every week. It's like an event at our house, but we do need to offset that with some positive things. So today I'm going to be reviewing this Mary Jane palette from Melt Cosmetics. I love it. I love it. As you can see, we did two different looks. If you're interested to see how they were done, definitely keep watching. We also reviewed the Melt Cosmetics Noods 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 Whora lipstick and used a few of their other products too. So thank you so much for joining along with me and this little bad boy here. Please make sure to like this video, subscribe, click that bell button so that you don't miss any further Positivi-Tuesdays. We will be doing some swatches at the end as well, so you'll want to stay tuned for the full video. You're not going to want to miss that. The swatches are next level. Maybe not my performance, because it was my first time doing swatches, but guys, just this this for sure is one of my best makeup purchases. I just cannot get enough of it. So let's get started. I have a tape already on my eye just to really be able to give a nice crisp line, and it's just gonna make everything very clean and easy to do also. So just a tip for you guys. I'm just using regular, literally gift wrapping tape. You can get actual makeup tape. I just don't have any right now. So here we go. Little trick you can do at home. So for this eye, we're gonna start with this Mari shade. I don't know if that's actually how you say it, but we're going with it. And we're just gonna pop a bit along that tape line and into your lashes. So I do want to just take a moment to talk about the owners of Melt. I'm not going to give a full tutorial of what I'm doing. You can just kind of watch. This particular eye is super easy, what we're going to do, but it gives a lot of impact, which I really appreciate, because who doesn't want an easy look with major drama? I'm so sorry if it's noisy, you guys. We live in a new area, and they're literally building a new house right outside of this window, and they're currently pouring cement. Yes, cement. I get confused, are cement and concrete the same thing? I don't know, but whatever. I think they're different. Yeah, they have to be different because they're different names, but they're pouring cement, I think, right now. Cement truck, yeah. That makes sense. So it's quite noisy. I apologize. There's just really no good time to film right now because of it. It's just constant noise. So what I want to talk about the owners is just they literally are so amazing. Their names are Laura and Dana, and I message them on Instagram sometime just to either talk about the actual makeup or maybe what they've shared on a post or a story. You guys, I swear, okay, these women are busy, right? Because they're brand owners. They run a company. There's no way they're not busy. They literally message back every single time. Like, it doesn't matter what it's about, but they always message back and just like take that extra moment to really make you feel special. And like, I know it sounds so dumb, but it really does make you feel special. And there's like a lot of people that I message for stuff. Like, I'll just send like encouraging messages sometime to like people like famous, or like not even encouraging, I shouldn't say. I'll just send messages just to let people know things that I appreciate or stuff like that. You typically never hear anything back because like, of course they're very busy and like, who am I to them, right? But these girls literally message back every single time and just make you feel like, oh my God, they actually see me. Like, they actually are taking the time to go through this and build relationships with people. I think that's so special. So I just really appreciate that so much, on top of the fact that like, I have literally loved Melt as a brand for like years and years. They were the first makeup brand that I really was like, oh, what is this? Like, I need it. Like, all the products are so unique. It's not going to be something that you're going to find in like every other brand. So now we're going in with, oh, sorry guys, Callie, this guy here. So I'm gonna try use my fingertip, but as you can see, my nails are like very extremely long, so it might not work, in which case I have a little kind of special sponge brush that we're gonna use. But they just have such unique product. That's not bad, but it's hard to get in there. We're gonna go with this brush. I'm just gonna wet it a bit. So just a little tip for all you out there. If you're having problem with like a glitter or a shimmer or something like that, you want it to be more intense, if you just wet your brush or whatever you're using for your applicator, it's gonna help everything to kind of have like maximum impact and just stick a bit better. It just makes life a whole lot easier if you can do that. So what I love about these like glitters and shimmers, again, is that it really gives like that maximum impact. And it can be more of like a simple look that you're not needing to take like all day to do. But it just really looks, for some reason to me, it feels like you really put in like that extra time and effort. And I love that. Who doesn't want to feel like they look like amazing if you're actually going to take the time to sit down and do your makeup? With this shade, I just feel like I really want to pack it on there real good. So it is a bit like looser in the pan, I guess you could say. So it does have a bit of fallout, but I mean, that's totally okay. That's why you're just gonna wet it. So now I'm gonna go in, this guy here, Rubia, and I'm just gonna darken up just in the corner, a very slight bit. Just to almost like refresh it and kind of blend the glitter and the matte shades together and give that extra little pop. And just go back in with my crease brush and just really blend that in. And then just refresh that corner, just a tiny bit. Perfect. Yay. Okay, so far with the shades I should say, that I've used, they work amazing. These mattes are like super blendable. They're not patchy at all. Oh, I should also let you guys know that I did, before we started, I used my Fenty eyeshadow primer on my lids, which I love. But these just, yeah, they blended out like effortlessly. I literally didn't even have to try. It wasn't like when you have to pack more and more color on and you're like really struggling and then you're trying to just get certain little areas because everything's not blending out. It was just like, it was so easy. I feel like if you're kind of newer to makeup and maybe not the most confident and not fully knowing what you're doing, like this actually would be a great palette to start with just because of that. Like it just gives you the confidence to feel like what you're doing for sure is gonna work. For the second eye, we're gonna do more of like a dramatic, darker, smoky look. So I'm gonna go in with Rubia in the crease. Now what I also really like about this palette, like you can see that my skin is like very fair. So it can get like super easy for basically every single eye look you do to just start looking extremely dramatic, even when you're trying to just have like a soft glam moment. But this palette just has like a good range of like darkness of shades and lightness of shades. So it's going to be really great because you can create so many looks with it, and you could like travel easily with it if you travel or if we'll be able to, you know, and it'll just be nice that you don't have to take like a million palettes with you, especially because this one has like more kind of neutral shades, but they still have those like chunkier glitters and sparkles in it, so you can really still get a very dramatic look with it without having to pack like so many things, or even just without having to grab for a million things when you're sitting at your bathroom counter or wherever it is that you're doing your makeup. You can just kind of only have to reach for one palette, which is amazing because lots of the time a palette will have like so many colors, but it doesn't have the exact ones that you need. So you're constantly having to like go grab something else and search through all your other palettes and see like what is gonna work for this look that I'm trying to achieve. So I really appreciate that. Thanks so much, girls. And then I'm just gonna go in with a slight bit of that Mari again, just kind of over top of the outside corners of that. Guys, I don't know if you've seen like when Bailey Sarian uses this palette, but like, cause she's just amazing at everything, right? Like, let's get real. But it just looks so good on her. Oh, it just like literally made me need to get it and try it just because all her looks are like, she's just amazing. Everything she does is just like beyond. And like such great inspiration. I just love her so much. Guys, I really don't know how to say this next shade, so like laugh if you must. But this one, Sinsemilla, that's what we're gonna go in with next. I have to tell you a funny story. So Melt came out with new lipsticks that are like amazing. Oh my goodness, they're so amazing. I love them. And this particular launch was nude shades. And they just have like the best names. And they were going to call the line Slutty Nudes, which is like, if you know me, you know I'm all about that. I think it's so funny. And like, that's legitimately how I would describe my makeup too, you know? Like the style that I would like to go for from time to time. But I guess they had like a bunch of meetings about it, and everybody kept telling them like, no, you can't call it Slutty Nudes. But like, I just think it's so genius. What other company is calling it Slutty Nudes? And the names that go with it are so funny, and like, so they're such slutty nudes. It's literally like Whora and like Zaddy and Ho is Life. Like, come on. Paris Fling. Like, I just think it's so genius. I love it so much. So they ended up calling it Noods Noods Noods. And then I sent them a message and I was like, man, you should have gone with Slutty Nudes. And they were like, yeah. But like, that's just so totally and completely my vibe. I'm just gonna pop a tiny bit of that in the crease just to really darken it. I just love it so much. And all their products are like, the packaging is amazing, the quality is amazing. They like, the aesthetic of the actual product itself in the pan or in the package is amazing. Like, they always have things kind of imprinted onto them. They just really take that extra time to really focus on those extra little details that make it super special. And I think that's great because it just adds and like builds value into the product that you're purchasing. And who doesn't want that? Like, if we're spending money on something, shouldn't it be of value for what we're paying? I just think they're great. Even this dark shade, like, it just packs on and blends out effortlessly. And usually, because this one is quite dark, usually it's like gonna be very likely that it's gonna go super patchy. I'm just so impressed, and not just saying that because I love the brand. Like, I would never want to just make up something like, oh, I love this, and lie to you guys at the potential of then you not having trust in me, which, if you watched the last videos, we talked all about that. So just know that my reviews and opinions are always going to be like fully honest, because I want you to feel like you can watch a review or a video and have confidence behind potentially going out and purchasing the item that I'm talking about. Let's go in with Santa Maria, this one here. I'm gonna try it on my finger again, but like these, it's so difficult with these nails. I don't know if you can fully see like the length of them on camera, but it's a lot. It's hard to get into places, if you know what I'm saying. Ooh, that's so pretty. That pats on with a finger so easily, and like, look at my finger, the amount of pigment that's on it. That's crazy. And it just shimmers so nicely. Like, oh, look at that. Oh, I love it. Let's also try it with a brush, and we'll try wet it a bit just to see how that goes too. Just for comparison's sake, you know? Oh, it's pretty. And like, I'm not typically into cool tones. Like, I wear all gold. I just love warm things. But like, I swear to you, when Bailey Sarian used this palette, all of a sudden I was like, oh my goodness, I need that in my life. Like, I think I am ready for some cool tones. Oh, This is gorgeous. Like, I hope that you can see that on camera as well as what I can in person. And like, I know I said it already, but seriously, it just blends like a dream. This is insane. Oh, I love this palette. Guys, I know it looks like so silly right now because it's two different eyes and I'm not fully done, but I feel so good about my life at the current moment. It's crazy. So far, like, love this palette. Obviously, that's why we had to put it on Positivi-Tuesday, because we talk about things that we love on Positivi-Tuesday. Oh, it's just beautiful. I'm gonna hop off camera. I'm gonna do my face and then we'll come back and discuss. Okay guys, we are back. Oh, I just wanted to let you know, so like I did my foundation, concealer, like my bronzer and my blush. For my blush, I used the Melt, it's called Honey Thief blush. I really love it. It's just kind of like a great, almost like nudie tone blush. Like, it's not too pink, it's not too peach, it's not too dark, especially because like blush on my skin, everything on my skin can very quickly become like way too pigmented and way too intense. So I just really love it. It's this guy right here. They also have this is the powder one, but they also have it in a cream formula now too, which I haven't tried yet, but I would definitely love to. I also used the Melt Digital Dust Highlighter in Morning Star. So it's this guy right here. The mirror is super filthy, so sorry. But you can see just how nice of a reflect that has to it. And like, you can't really see too much anymore, but they just, like how I was talking about earlier, how they make the packaging and the actual product itself so nice with the kind of like that stamped in Melt Cosmetics. And then the lipstick I'm gonna use, I wanted to show you guys that this is the new Nude ones. I have the color Whora. There we go. It's just laser cut in Melt Cosmetics. Like, talk about just going the extra mile. I really think that makes everything so much more special, because it's not just a lipstick that you're pulling out of a tube now. Like, good job, guys. This one is like a ultra matte formula, I think they call it. Yeah, ultra matte finish. It's just a really nice light pink. And even though it's ultra matte, like, it goes on so creamy. It doesn't feel like, you know when you put on a matte lipstick and you feel like, can I even like move my lips anymore? It's not like that at all. It's just so blendable. It's so smooth. It still feels hydrating on your lips. Like, what a pretty color. What is not to love about that? And it's slutty. Like, what else I love? And do you guys see how clean and crisp of a line that tape really got? Like, it literally, I would encourage you to try it if you haven't yet, because it just makes your whole job so much easier. Like, you yourself don't have to worry about making this like super crisp, super clean, super straight line. Something else that I think is like so great about Melt and about Laura and Dana is that they started out as makeup artists and they worked in, like, I think it's called department store. Do we call it that in Canada? I don't know, whatever. But they worked at a department store and they were at like counters across from each other and just really connected that way first, and like really enjoyed each other's company and makeup and became like friends over that. And you can really tell when you watch them that they really do enjoy each other's company, and they really do enjoy working together and building a brand together, and that they really just actually love makeup, and that's why they're doing it. And it's not because like, oh, this will be, you know, a great way for us to make money, because a lot of people do that now because the beauty industry is such a huge money maker that lots of people are just throwing themselves into it just to try profit off of it. But you can really tell that they're there because they actually deeply and genuinely love makeup and love the artistry of it. And you can tell with the quality of their products too, which is, it's like such a great thing to have makeup companies from people who actually started as makeup artists, because then they kind of more so know like what they're looking for as far as performance and formulation and the type of products that they like to work with. And you really do just get like such a good sense of that when you're working with their products. They're just so down to earth. Like, they've even had their own TV show, stuff like that, but there's not any like ego in it where they're thinking they're, you know, like so above and beyond and like, oh my goodness, like I'm the best ever. They're just humble. And I think that's such a great quality. I wish more people still had that. So what I'm really trying to say is that I just think they're such great people. And for myself, I want to support brands that I believe in and people that I believe in, and you know, companies that I trust, and people who have worked hard to get where they are and deserve what they have. That's the kind of people and companies I want to support. I don't want to just buy things because it's like what the trend is and you're pumping it out just to try like get that next paycheck. That's not very attractive to me. Okay guys, so here are our two finished eye looks. You can see how completely different they are. The palette is so versatile. I like literally love, love, love it. The more chunkier glitters, I feel like you do have to kind of learn how to work with it. But once you do, like, oh my goodness. Guys, my monitor makes everything backwards, so I always get so confused which side of my face is what. But like, you can see it just has like such a nice sheen on this one. And like, oh, I just love that shade. And then like such a nice smoky look too with that glitter in there, but it's more like a fine shimmer on this one. So I'm going to try do some swatches for you guys. But I do just want to say, like, swatches are great, but just because something applies on your arm a certain way doesn't mean that's how it's going to apply on your eye. So please keep in mind, as I said before, these are just, the mattes are buttery. They're so easy to blend. They're so easy to apply. They go on pigmented. They're not patchy at all. The glitters are amazing. The shimmers are amazing. Like, is there fallout on the like super big glitters? Yes, but is that to be expected? Yes, it's like a very intense, big, chunky glitter. It's chunky, like chunky. What do you think that means? But it just gives such an amazing overall look and feel. Great palette for everyday, great palette for dramatic eyes, great palette for traveling because you can do so many things with it. I love the lipstick. It's so comfortable. It honestly doesn't even feel like I have lipstick on. And it doesn't feel like if I smile that it's gonna crack. It just is so comfortable. Malta, I just love you so much. Like, every single thing about the brand, I love. They are like by far my favorite makeup brand. So let's get into these swatches. First, we're gonna go, and like also, can we just talk about this packaging too? Like, how pretty is this? There's literally glitter inside of these. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but when you move it, like the glitters shift around. Like, it's just everything. So let's go in with this shade here, Mary Jane. So just like a super nice, almost green gold color. Then we'll go in with this guy here, that is Jasper. More of like, almost like a olivey brown type shade. Very unique. Then we'll go in with Sweet Juicy. This guy's, sorry, it's so hard with everything being backwards. So again, it's almost kind of like that Jasper shade, but like in glitter. Looks amazing. Then we'll go in with Bamba. That is so freaking buttery and smooth. It's insane. It applied like, and look how much is still like, guys. That's beautiful. That's this one, literally one swipe in the pan. You can see I totally dug it up with my nail too. But one swipe and it gave that intense of color and pigment on my arm and still on my finger. Like, these are beyond. And look at just the like shimmer and shift on that guy. Oh, beautiful. Then next we'll go in with this Sensimilla. So just a nice, like super, super, super rich, dark, like chocolatey brown almost. And look at just how, like literally again, just once in the pan, and that is how intense the pigment is. Like, it's crazy and just so smooth. Then we're gonna go in with Santa Maria. So more of like that chocolatey shade, whereas this guy, the Bamba, is almost more like a gunmetal, but this is still like a very like cool toned one, which is nice because so many palettes you get like those super warm brown shades. I just love the coolness of that still, but still with like that depth and that chocolatiness. Ooh, it's making me hungry. Then we're gonna go in with Roomba. Again, so smooth, so creamy. Moving into like those lighter shades. It's just so rich. And then we're gonna go in with Bow, this shade here. Oh my goodness, that is insane. And look how nice it is that these all just kind of like, these two go together, like these two go together. These two even go together. Oh, it's just amazing. Like, the amount of things that you can do with this palette is crazy. And again, if you see them on my finger, like how pigmented they still are. So now we're gonna go in with Mari over here. Oh my goodness, you guys, I'm so sorry if you can hear that. It is so noisy right now. I really love this one. This is like, for me, because my skin is so fair, it's like a perfect crease color that you can build in depth, but also you can just give like that slight wash of color and it just looks like nice and neutral on my eyes. I just like, can't say enough good things about it. And then the last one that we're gonna do is this Cali here. So this one is like the most chunky glitter of this palette, which I love. Oops, sorry guys. So you can just see how like highly reflective that is. It just gives like such a nice shine to it without just looking like pure shimmer. Like, oh, it's just beautiful. So there are our swatches. It was my first time doing swatches, so I swear to you, if you made it to the end of this, I will get better with time. 100%. It is like my promise to you and my whole goal. I'm just new. I'm just a baby and I'm learning. So thank you for bearing with me to get to the end of this video. And sorry guys, so here they are. Look at these two. Like, this is blinding. Oh, sorry, this one has some of the Cali on it. Let me get that off and then show you without it. There you go. This is insane, this one. Oh my goodness. Like, I literally don't think that you could ask for more in a palette. And I'm not just saying that because I love Melt. If I didn't like the palette, I legitimately would tell you. If there was like 1 or 2 shades in it I didn't like, I would tell you. But like, I legitimately am blown away. I think I got more than my money's worth out of it. I'm so glad I purchased it. I'm so glad Bailey used it so that I would feel the need to have it too. So there we have it, side 1 and side 2. Comment below, guys, and let me know which one you like better of the two. And just thank you so much for spending the time with me, learning about this Mary Jane palette and seeing how it performs. I give it a 10 out of 10. Like, literally, the only thing that I can't even say I would change, just that last Cali shade, the one I have on this eye here. I as the user just need to work with it a bit more to learn what's the best and easiest way to use it. But that's not about the palette. That's about me and my performance with it. I love it. Even like the packaging, this literally is velvety smooth. It feels so good to touch. This is beautiful. The inside is so beautiful. I love the Noods Noods Whora lipstick. Again, with like that laser cutting on it, just like beyond. All the products are great. Definitely give them a try, you guys. I highly, highly recommend. And thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Positivi-Tuesday. And make sure to remember to like this video, subscribe, and hit that bell button so that you don't miss another episode with me. I cannot wait to see you all next week.